And ladies and gentlemen, game number 2 of RE0 versus Throw. Game number 2 of RE0 versus Throw. Let's take a look over here. For the side of RE0, Shima, Harugamo, Kleber, Des Moines, Stalingrad, Henri, Brisbane, Montana, and St. Vincent. For the side of Throw, Kleb, Des Moines, Harugamo, Daring, Kleb, Marseille, Des Moines, Brisbane, St. Vincent, and Kremlin. So first thing I think about, let's look at the health pool. Health pool, about a 21,000 advantage for the side of RE0. We're going to keep an eye on that, see how that changes, but let's see where the teams are going to split out to. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we watch in here, seems like a heavy push for Throw to C. Full send 5 ships going that way right now. Maybe cut down to 4, but heavy Throw. Looks like it's a heavy push for RE0 towards A with their 5 ships going that way, but looks like they're setting a little more up the middle. Gotta watch that Des Moines. Daring, it's gonna be interesting to see how the Daring decides to play this, because that could make some big differences depending on how the Daring plays this. That could make some very big differences for how they play this, depending on what happens there. But let's watch in. So let's watch Throw. So, ooh, hit me, daddy. Which, I lose a little bit of pride every time I say that. Backing into B. Early caps for Throw. They like to take the early cap. It hasn't always worked out for them. Yeah, it hasn't always worked out for them, but they're gonna have the early caps here. The Klebs are going to be interesting to watch. So both Klebers are ledge mod. There's the 2 caps, the early advantage. Kleber of Yadum is going to have to move back because the Brisbane Harugamo is going to be a big problem. The Brisbane Harugamo is going to be a big problem if he gets spotted. And they know that the Harugamo's there because they've seen the Torps go past Michael 16th. And so, this becomes a big issue if the Klebers hunt each other. They do see Yadum. They don't get the hits on him. They get 1 hit right there at the end. But right now, still overwhelming advantage to the side of Throw in terms of points. They've got a 100-point lead in climbing. They haven't managed to stop it at all. And so now the Kleber over here have been spotted a little bit. They got some damage on the Henri. And the Henri is really an interesting choice. Not a ship you see a lot. I don't recall what the bans are, but I'm going to assume that's why the Henri's been brought. We'll keep an eye out. Daring is radared. He immediately moves forward. He'll take at least 1 salvo while spotted. He does. Ooh, that's a big one. Down to 19,000. Next salvo comes in, does not set the fire, but they do get some hits on him. And that's actually the Stalingrad radar, not the Des Moines radar, which is even more worrisome. So Hit Me Daddy's not going to get into B anytime soon, but this points lead, 170 points, and yes, we've seen them come back. So as we look in on this, you doom the Kleber back in. They spot the Kleber, but this is what I said. Like, he can't contest that because he will lose the fight in the long term with the Harugumo and the Brisbane there. They're going to pop the Brisbane radar, and now he's got to run. He's at 19,000 health, and he's going to get farmed to the ground for a while. Shots in on the Harugumo. Harugumo takes some damage there. Oh, Harugumo, yeah, Harugumo takes some damage there. Not as much as the Kleber's taken, though, and that health lead, 40,000 for the side right now. Down to 23 with that hit onto the Henri of Kayamori. 23,000, though, for the side still of RE0. That Henri's in trouble. He's taking a lot of damage. Kleber is pushing forward. Kleber's spotted, but the Shima's not. This Kleber is concealment. Shima's just barely not spotted as they retreat. Shima just barely not spotted. The A-cap's now taken, so that'll keep the lead at 260 for the moment. Though, B is now being taken. Do they get the stop? Oh, he just dives out of the cap. He says, I wasn't gonna... He probably would have gotten it, honestly, if he'd stayed. But he decides discretion is the better part of valor. Can't blame him there. And now you gotta be careful if you're this Des Moines. Because what Throw is now done with this push is the Marseille and the St. Vincent are coming around, and that's a Des Moines that's got a broadside being handed there, and a Montana that has to come out. And here comes the push from Throw. It's a really beautiful push here. It's a really beautiful push here. Montana down to 78,000. 18k shot there from Kath. But he smacks back 18k onto Demon Slayer. And Demon Slayer's got to be careful. But yeah, that Des Moines, if best Hibiki. If Hibiki is spotted, he is liable to die. He's going to cut out here, so he should be okay. Looks like he managed to cut out in time. Still got to watch. Still gotta watch, because there's still a lot line here. And here come the Torps. The Torpsin are gonna just miss the Montana. Montana gets away by the skin of his teeth. And now here comes that push. And that Kleber, hey, remember, we talked about him. Shima hiding in the smoke. Nothing to radar the Shima, but the Kleber just needs to stay dark, move forward. And now the Henri using that heal, but down to 19k, and he's got one left after this. He's used two since the last time we looked, and this is becoming a furious fight in the center. Look at how many ships here in the center in this just tiny area. In this little 4x4 area right here, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of the potential 18 ships. Almost half the ships in that 4x4 grid. And so this becomes really interesting to watch. Looks like the Henri is the focus. Right now, Killer Ben and Exot are trying to get Kayamori out. Kayamori knows he's going to die. It's really how much damage can he do before he dies. He's got 57 seconds to the heal. He's on 3,600 and ticking health. He knows he's going out, so it's really just trying to get as many fires and as much damage off the ships as possible. Oh, the fire does go out. Down to 2344. They spot the Shima. RE0 now in trouble. 314 trying to get out of there. Kleber, though, is going to keep him spotted. There goes the Henri of Kayamori. And we're going to go back in and peek here on the center again in a second. But now the Shima and Throw finds 2 kills they desperately needed. Their health is, they're up now by 400 plus points, even though they're down 10,000 health. But here comes this push. Oh, and watch these Torps. Here comes the push, but watch the torps. That should be at least, assuming they have range, 2 torps onto the Montana. 2 torps onto the Montana. He's down to 50,000. Kremlin is getting charged by the Kleber. I don't know if he knows it yet, and the problem is the Kremlin just shot. He smacks 13k off the Hibiki. Oh, they see the Kremlin now, or they see the Kleber now. Oh my goodness, chat, this is gonna be tight. 2 caps for the side of RE0. They've flipped the caps, but they still lose by 3 minutes, and here comes the push. Shots onto Demon Slayer. Big hit, 20,000 off of him. But the shots back into the Montana, another chunk. And that Des Moines can't heal. He wants to be there to help and try to kill off the Kleber. He's gonna get the shots in. Here comes another smack in. 13, 14k off, and I think we might see a ram here. The Des Moines backs away because he knows he can't afford to be there at the wrong spot. And it looks like the Montana and the Kremlin are gonna miss the rams, but the Kleber can't get the torps right now. And it's really on, does the Kremlin have the shots ready? Kremlin goes down. He does not get the Montana, but the Montana's at 4,000. Des Moines down to 4,500 as well. Montana now going to burn out. Does not have the heal. They get the Kleber of Michael, and they're going to get Jensen. And ladies and gentlemen, that is a 4-1 ship lead for the side of Throw. They do not want to end their day here. And they are up 500 points. That'll be brought back a little bit with the killing of Demon Slayer right there. As Demon Slayer goes down, it brings the lead back down to just about 400 points. 3 minutes and 44 seconds until the side of Throw claims victory. They've also got the healthy now. The only thing that's a danger is the St. Vincent-Brisbane combo over here, getting some of your DDs out. That would be a big issue. But the St. Vincent, 3 heals left. He'll pop one here in a second. He's just getting focused. And now the Des Moines is getting dragged into a problem spot. The longer he stays there, the more chance he gets killed. And he's got to be very, very careful. And look, here come the shots from the Daring. They see the broadside of the Des Moines. Shells are in. Daring taking good hits on the Des Moines. I mean, Des Moines goes dark, but he gets some good hits on him there. And now here comes the Marseille. Marseille shells in on the nose, only about 4k. Not a great hit. Killer Ben turning out best Hibiki, looking for kills. They know they've got limited time if they don't want to go to a game 3. Chunk off of Hibiki. That's St. Vincent, though. That St. Vincent used the heal, and he's only at 14,000. Man, he has not had a good time here with that Hirugamo and Brisbane just focusing him to the ground. Remember, he doesn't have DCP either. At this point, a fire is all but guaranteeing the death of him. He's gotten dark, but do they get the fire? Like I said, you know, it's the worst feeling in the game. And the Hibiki does go down to the, Hibiki does go down. They spot him again, so watch for more shots. Hibiki goes down to torps from the Kleber. Jubesy gets through there alive. Better than last time he tried that move. And now the St. Vincent popping the heal. But here come the shells back in. Marseille of Exot just about to go down. Can they trade out the Stalingrad for him? It looks like Rio will buy themselves a little bit of time here with the kill onto the Marseille. That'll bring the points back down to 917. Minute 51 buys them some time. Brisbane takes some torps. That's a problem. Now the fire's on the St. Vincent, though. Double fire. He's going to get the DCP here in a second, which will save his life. But how much is he going to take beyond that? I mean, he hammers the fire key immediately down to 15,000. Remember, he's only got 1 heal left, so every bit of damage you get right now is massive. And they get the Stalingrad of Korean B, ladies and gentlemen, with the Stalingrad going down to a St. Vincent Torp. This is going to guarantee that we will see a third game. Throw is going to take this game. They're going to even this series up at 1-0 with a really dominant performance at the start. It's just some beautiful damage, and they just managed to parlay that into wrestling.
We are mighty,
this game.
but defeated.
And so the throw, that's not Throw's logo. Throw will win this game and tie the series at 1-1. We'll be right back.